Yeah. When I've been up this magic. When up this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. When I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me?
It is a building that first hosted football way back in 1966 as EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Running right, this is Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Royce Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. McManus's point after is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The drive starts with a run by Allen. Preston Smith there on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go. Green, come see. Watch the twist.
Now Winston. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Allen. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 50-yard line. Ready. Black 25. 54. Not today, you are. Not today. Big ass, big ass, big ass. Easy. Hey. Sonic. Let's go.
Winston now from the 50. Lets it go for Nelson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The first carry for Elijah McGuire. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, and away. This is the tight end fan. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check 99. Check 99.
On first down, here's McGuire. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A well thrown. That one into the hands of Hamilton. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Elijah McGuire, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They go play action. Winston under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The man who won a Super Bowl MVP award across the bay in Santa Clara, Von Miller, has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Ready? Black 25 behind. Here we go.
Play fake. Winston. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. This is brought in at the 21. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Elway. And his throw is incomplete. The rookie first-rounder Jonathan Abram there to knock it away.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On 4th down, on is Colby Wadman now to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive.
And he's going to be brought down. Back back at his own 6-yard line. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Jameis to throw it. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Royce Freeman with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Chris Harris speeds in for the sack on the corner blitz.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
That will carry for Allen. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Adam Gotsis, the big Aussie, in on the tackle.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Matchbox lights.
Elway. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, Elway. And he rifles one incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Elway. Got a man. That's complete to Hamilton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 38-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The pass there complete to Sutton. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
He completes this to Sutton. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this week. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Deshaun Hamilton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run with Allen. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
Off the play fake, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he's on to punt for Oakland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken in at the 22. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
2nd and 10. Elway again. And the Raiders have got him. Geno Atkins. That is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. The kick by McManus is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now. And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. Yeah. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. McGuire will try to pick it up. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards on first, 4 on second, and now 5 on third down. Move the sticks. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Elway. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
On 1st down, Elway. He'll let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Throwing again here on 2nd down, this time complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26.
First down, Broncos.
Now Elway on 1st down. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now it's a bootleg with Winston. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 40, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Marshall that time, but it's going to be second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Elway. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Eluding the pressure right. He's got this complete to Hamilton. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
50, plant. 50, 50 the mic, 50 the mic. I'm ready.
Got an open man. It's Fumagalli. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Third and goal. Elway. And this is complete. It's Marshall. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. From 8 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead will swell by one more. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They begin the drive on the ground with Allen. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
54. Go, go, go. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
They stay on the ground with Allen. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Ready?
On third down, it's Allen. He's got a first down past the 30 and all the way up to the 33-yard line. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Check 3, check 3. Rush in.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
On the toss, here's Allen. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready. Blue lady. Right there. 54 Mike. What we got? What we got? What we got? Check it out, read. Check 4. Check 4. Read, triple team. Flip it, flip it, flip it. Ready to go.
Throwing on second and long. Winston. Allen's got it complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Raiders on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Winston now. He's got Lockett. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They'll run on first down. It's Allen, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Raiders on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Fitzgerald. It's caught. Nelson. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28. Well, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Gator. Hey, keep it up, keep it up. X3, 218, chopper. Hey, wahoo. Two.
On 1st and 10, Fitzgerald. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Allen. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
It's 3rd and 10. Ready, black 25, flip it, flip it, flip it. 5 on the 50, 5 on the 50, 5 on the 50. Switch. Short.
On 3rd down, Winston. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. The kick by Carlson is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team.
And Freeman lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. Fights through and now a crease. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. And at this point, after that return for a touchdown, I guess the only thing is you're asking what else could go wrong.
Not only that, I think that between the two of us, we thought this was over before. I believe now it's really over.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Go. 59 Mike, 59 Mike. Go. 59.
They'll try and throw for it with Elway. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to let it go deep right. It's caught inside the 25. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They run the counter. It's Freeman, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Ready. And Lobo. Let's go defense. Let's go defense. All right, here we go.
Elway wants to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Elway. This one to McGuire. Screenplay. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to about the 19. Now the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And this was about as close to a shutout as you could get. I mean, barring a game where you only allow a safety, but this was the next best thing. Just the field goal. That's all they gave up.
Yeah, and you know something, they're going to be disappointed because they gave up the field goal. But deep inside, somewhat satisfied as well, because you know how hard it is to keep people from scoring in this league. And the idea that you just gave up 3, yeah, your coaches will get on you. They'll say, we should have the shutout. But they also will be pretty satisfied with that type of a performance.
So for Denver, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for our entire crew...
Up this magic with the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back. make you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do.